Yeah, I mean, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but can't be,
But Pub, you know what's diabolical about this? He lowered this woman value and didn't even have enough gumption to marry her.
Well, that was her choice. So mind your business, lady.
She
Oh,
didn't
cause
want to marry you.
she don't want to
No,
be bound to you for the rest of her life. She playing a long game. She
You didn't
close her
tell
well,
me that
eyes when y'all
before.
do it.
Wait,
well,
you didn't say she didn't want to marry you, Kenneth.
I did too. That's
She
the
didn't want to
basic.
marry you.
Yeah, she didn't want to.
Why?
Why
She
not,
I mean,
close
Kenneth?
her
that's a,
eyes when they do it.
What?
well, that's on her. I mean, she just doesn't want to. But we have children, so it's my obligation to make sure they're okay.
Wait, but why don't she want to marry you, Kenneth?
I'm not sure.
I kind of got an idea.
Hey, this nigga crazy. Oh my God, this nigga is wild as fuck. Oh shit. Oh man.
No,
John Cannon, what's good, brother?
what's going on? Hey, Kenneth, bro. I don't know if this is a joke. Bro, get off the live, bro. That's really the only reason I asked to come up.
Nah, that's what Kenneth do. You ain't never heard Kenneth talk. Kenneth tell 100% truth. He don't get up here lying.
I mean, you came up the line
God,
just to hate on me.
no.
You need to get some priorities straight, bro. I shouldn't be your priority.
Nah, I just ended the live. You sound sad, bro. You going out sad, bro. I was eating. I had to come tell you to hop off.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, if I made you sad, I apologize.
No, I said you going out sad. You got these women up here talking, you crazy, bro, laughing in your face. You like, yeah, I know I'm ugly. Oh, man.
I just know I'm not as attractive as these light skinned niggas. I'm not as attractive.
Wait, hold on,
Hold up.
Ain't got nothing to do with you not being light skinned.
Time out. This nigga, what you say? You said you know you
Hey,
ugly 'cause
listen,
you not
I'm not
light-skinned.
gonna hold y'all. I respect the fact that he said that he recognizes that he is not as attractive enough to get by on pretty privilege, so he realized he had to financially compensate
Nah,
for
you
his
don't
lack of
gotta get
physical
by on
attraction.
pretty privilege. You just ain't gonna be on live in front of
That's
five
what he.
people.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
But the
That's what
craziest part
Kenneth
is he
said.
said, but here's a Jazzy, the thing that
This
irks me about
this
this
nigga
whole
put on
take
lip
is,
gloss and grooming his beard talking about pretty
Hold on,
girls.
Ken, wait. The
Hold
only
up,
thing that
Ken.
annoys me about Ken is that you talk about provide for this woman the way you talking about it, sir. You only make 80 racks a year, fam. That's not enough for
I'm in
4
Ohio.
kids, my nigga. 80 racks?
I'm in Ohio, bro.
My guy, bro.
What that
What does that
mean?
mean?
What
What?
the fuck that mean?
What
80
that mean?
racks?
No.
That's
I made
$40,000 a year jobs, bro.
I
That's a
made
60 and a 20. Like,
I've
what?
I've made more than that in my lifetime. This is where I am right now. That's what they're offering.
Ken,
All
stop,
right,
bro.
All
Stop.
right, bro.
Right.
So I've made
I
more.
made
than
$80,000 in. Well, let me see what the year is.
Wait, Kenneth said his kids are grown though.
2012.
Wasn't that the last thing that Kenneth said? Kenneth, didn't you say your kids was grown though? Didn't you
Ken
say
got a new
they're
His
baby.
kids was
adults now?
grown. So he
Yeah.
was, hey, you
He
just
said
think
his
about the
kids was
type of life
grown.
they was living. He had his max money right now.
I
So
didn't
he
know
Yo,
that.
80K. Wait,
So
80K
what,
ain't
did you go to
enough?
retirement or something and you came out of
80K is not
retirement?
enough.
I'm so confused.
for
No,
4 kids.
I used to be in the retail business,
You
and
can
that retail
provide.
kind of fell off. So I took a step back.
Hold on,
Wait,
y'all.
y'all got
Wait.
kids?
Yeah, he got grown kids. They
No, I'm
grown
talking
already
about
out the
y'all.
house.
I got listen. I make really good money. But I'm saying I provided for my whole family with less than 80K. It just
Ew. Free your wife
I
until
don't
she
like
free.
that. I don't like that type of talk. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's what working
I don't like
people
it.
do. It's what working
I mean,
people
I make
do.
a $250,000 a year now.
I mean,
but there
you
was
can
a
do
Yeah, you
time where
had
I
to
it, but
do
was
it.
at the end of the
no, there was
day,
a
they're
time where
running
I was
around,
making about
they're getting
50K
Hold on,
by.
y'all.
doing
Hold
my
on, hold on.
thing.
Too many
Wait,
people talking. Hold on. What'd you say, John?
I said I make about $250,000 a year now, but there was a time where I made 50K and I was doing my thing. They was
Yeah.
eating.
So this is how I look at the provider shit, right? Like I got homies that do that. We in different. I'm in Cali, I don't, whatever. But like, so I know money is different places. Like he said, I'm in Ohio. I get it. It's $80,000 in Ohio is like probably like $140,000 in California. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'm guessing. Florida. Yeah, I don't. Depending on where you at, whatever. So, but the problem that I have with this shit is like men be on this like I gotta be the provider shit, right? And then they will like force the women to suffer while they build their kingdom and shit like that, like just so they could be the provider. And that shit is weak. You know what I'm saying?
You say that, but here's the thing. So first of all, for all the people saying, "Oh, he'll make 250K," I got a video on my page right now breaking down my budget. I don't do money spreads. I got a budgeting app. You could go check that out because I don't get that. But the whole provider thing and her helping you build. If a woman wants a family, like if y'all truly want a family and y'all get married and y'all doing stuff right, a man who make 50K, what's the national average? Something like 50, 60K.
That's for one person. For one person, household.
Yeah, for sure. My wife work. My wife got a big girl job. I own a company. We make big boy and big girl money.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is 90-something% of people, everybody in this chat right now, I know 90% of y'all don't make not nowhere close to the amount of money I make. And when I was making 50, 60K, I know that that's normal. I'm within the 90%. So when everybody gets up here yelling, "Oh, you weak, you this, you that," I'm like, bro, 90% of us make between 40 and 60K. I know everybody on the internet makes six figures.
Everybody on the internet makes six figures.
Everybody on the internet makes six figures, but can't nobody show it. And so when people start talking about, "Oh, let me see your car, let me see your house, let me see your wooty woo," I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I was normal 2 years ago. I could show you real money now, but y'all not gonna get up here and try and embarrass people for making normal money, because people are going to live there. 90% of people are gonna live their entire lives making in that range of money and die. That's not an indictment on who they are as a person.
But wait, John. Me personally, and most people up here I can speak for, we're not classist. We don't get like I think the disconnect here is the way that Ken talks about his wife is the thing that makes me be like, so she got to put up with all of this shit, and you only making $80,000 a year. She got to give up. She done gave up.
I ain't never been in a live. I don't know how you talk about his wife.
I know that's what I'm telling you.
We have, and we do.
So it's not how I talk about her. It's how they talk about her. It's not me.
No. It's how you talk about her, Kenneth. Because I'm talking about your wife.
Exactly.
I love her. The way you talk about her is bad.
No, the way you talk about your wife.
Free that lady.
Time out. Ken, you just told us fucking 10 minutes ago that your wife, her value was lower because she had a baby before you, and you said you got her on discount on the fucking dating market, my nigga. That was you. I didn't say that shit.
I mean, I couldn't.
And you called her kid baggage. You called her kid baggage.
You said, bro, come on, dog. I will never talk bad about it. I'll be the one defending you.
Hey, listen. The only reason I got her is because she had that baggage with her. That's
you talking bad about your wife. That's not me.
Hold up. I see where he coming from. Because if y'all call the man ugly, he agrees with y'all that he ugly. How can an ugly man get a fine woman that's worth all this?
Be nice.
That don't work.
Be good. Be kind.
Be nice, bro.
How you know that don't? Time out. How you know that don't work?
Hold up.
You never did nice.
I'm 6'1", 225, yoked up. Being nice ain't never got nobody nowhere.
Thank you, my brother.
That is not true. My ex.
Hold on. All right.
That's
not true at all.
All right, let me ask ladies a question.
Some like model-esque type dude.
If there is a tall, attractive man who got money and everything you want, but he a little mean, and then there's a short, ugly, fat dude over here who's nice, who are you taking?
I left the one that was 6'7".
Exactly. You answer my question.
One of them.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking the fat one that's nice.
Oh, wait, John. Hold on. Can we be honest with the question? Don't ask it in that way.
You can get the fat one that's nice, and then y'all just lose weight.
So they can digest it better. I don't know.
No, let's just ask the question because I think that way was a little disingenuous.
They get the fat one after they get the baggage from the big one, the tall one.
I would say this. I think most women would prefer, and I'll let the women answer, but I'm just going. This is how I'm framing it. I think most women prefer men who are economically viable, not broke, right? Economically viable, and treats them well. And when I say by well, I mean pay attention to them, is assertive, is kind, listens to them, is honest, has integrity, things of that, like the real important things, right? Consistent, helps out, yada, yada, yada. All right, cool. That's what I think most women want. If she can choose that man versus a stingy, wealthy, really attractive man, which one do you think she emotionally unintelligent, cheater, promiscuous, you know what I'm saying?
Bad man. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. I get that in like this conversation, it would make sense that a woman would pick the first guy you were talking about. But I hate how we get online and we talk in these mythical lines as if I haven't observed and you haven't observed and other people haven't observed that woman going with that. Y'all can't curse on here.
But John, that's not mythical.
let her finish.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm 30. I've lived 30 years. I've seen women the women that everyone wants and the women that guys are gunning for, trying to be nice, trying to be emotionally mature and all that. Mm-hmm. They're gunning for this woman. They're doing all this, and she still picks like an athlete or this guy who cheats on her at X, Y, and Z. We even look at like the creme de look at Beyonce, right? Beyonce can do a better man than Jay-Z. Okay. We know this, right? Let's just talk about like star. Something everybody know. We know that Beyonce can get a guy who is literally a higher character man than Jay-Z.
Yeah, for sure.
Stay with his cheating behind, right? So we can observe that. We can see that in multiple areas of life.
That's because Beyonce. That's because Beyonce cheated.
Who they should choose, but we gotta see who they do choose.
But wait, hold on. So John,
no. That's because Beyonce is cheating.
I want to say this before I make an allegation about B. I don't want to get yelled at on this live. I will say that
I'll allow that one.
The flaw in that logic is this.
Right.
The men you're talking about, the nice guys, right? They're performative a lot of times. They're not actually the men that I was describing.
You're creating that right now, though.
You said say that again?
You're creating that right now. Like, that's the out. When we talk about nice guys, like you describe this guy who's high character, who has the capacity to provide and all that, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then you say, well, that guy is just acting. The one you're talking about, that nice guy you're talking about, John, he's just acting. Not this guy I'm actually talking about.
I can tell you why,
though. We have a standard for the nice guy. But wait, and when that standard becomes what?
I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why I could, even based on your story, why I got that impression. Because if you're a good person, right? You're a good man. I'm saying in this case, the man, right?
Okay.
Why are you gunning for this woman that, this Insta model or whatever the fuck that leaves you, that wants to be with an athlete or whatever? You see what I'm saying? Like that good guy.
What about the 90% of women underneath them?
Yeah, it's like so many women.
You know what? And I like all that y'all are saying. The same reason that the good guy who's high character and all that goes for that beautiful woman that all the other guys want. It is the same reason that all the good girls, the church girls, this girl, that girl, still want that guy, that Jay-Z type of guy.
Who wants Jay-Z?
I like mine medium ugly with a little husky to him, okay? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, John, the women I be talking to don't be liking that shit.
Wait, is Jay-Z gorgeous?
No.
Or is he a medium ugly guy with a little husky to him?
He not husky, and I don't think I think you're in that sense that's apples to oranges because.
Wait, hold on, Nee, wait, real quick. Can we not talk about celebrities though? Just for one.
I'm just trying to use somebody that we all know.
I know, but we could just make up like.
But that's not reality.
We could just use like.
That's literally reality versus making something up. That's literally.
No, but it's not. It's not typical. I'm saying let's talk about.
So are we just gonna make up mythical people and just no. Create inside of a conversation?
No, I'm saying we could be logical though, and not talk about Jay-Z, who is worth $1 billion, and Beyonce, who's worth $800 million, and try to talk about their relationship because we know that the dynamics of their relationship is completely different than the dynamics of my relationship and your relationship, right? Me and John's relationship with our wives are very similar. Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship, very different. That's what I'm saying.
Wild work.
You think that's wild?
No, I'm saying their relationship is wild.
It's just different. Like they just got different relationships. So we could talk about like what it looks like commonly in relationships. You could tell me, yep, my wife did X, Y, and Z yesterday, and I could be like, yeah, here's for an example to bring it back to Jay-Z and Beyonce. They're not arguing over cleaning up after themselves.
True. Somebody else is doing it. Gotcha.
Somebody else is doing that, right? Me and you, our wives done told us, pick them fucking socks up. Why did you keep leaving your drawers in the da-da-da-da-da? Why the fuck do I always got to do the dishes? They're having different discussions. That's what I'm saying. So I don't want to talk about their relationships because we ain't having the same relationship. That's all I'm saying, right?
For sure.
So let me read these. Hold on. We got Phoenix Soul said, Ken's lady should marry him and feed him every artery clogging disease inducing food 3 times a day, plus snacks, SSI checks, and her free They said they want that lady to kill you slow. That's crazy. Charnay Young said, also, you guys are so mean when you aren't where you want to be financially, which is a bad situation for a woman being traditional and not working. Financial abuse is well on the way too. That's usually facts too.
Can I ask a question about that?
Yeah, you can. Hold on. They put $10 on Ken Head too. Go ahead. We listening.
How do y'all feel about, like, not the 50, well, the whole 50-50 deal? Like, do y'all think that that's okay, not okay? Is that something that women should be doing, or is that within each agreement, within each relationship?
Are you asking us to get an actual answer, or are you asking us to prove a point that you have?
No.
I want Shan to respond. I want Shan to respond to that because
I've never.
What? Why you picking on me?
Shan, the perfect person to talk about 50-50.
I was about to mute.
Please, nah.
Because I've never been in one of these lives, so I just want to hear what the vibe of the whole live is about.
Shan,
stuff like
please
that.
respond. I beg of you.
I'm
So,
listening.
me personally, whatever floats your boat, whatever works for you in your personal relationship. Me personally, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Okay.
I think that asking women to go 50-50 is kind of like diabolical, wicked, nasty work, because y'all don't go 50-50 in nothing but them bills. And you won't catch me paying 50% of the bills and doing 80% of the labor in the home. You won't catch me paying 50% of the bill and doing 90% of the child rearing. You won't catch me paying 50% of the bills and carrying 100% of the babies and pushing them out. You just won't catch me doing that personally.
That's why you got to pay 100% if you're a man. Because if you don't, women won't respect you. It's not a respectable situation.
I didn't say it had to be 100%.
I see why they don't like you,
And dip it, you get on my last.
Ken.
Hey,
Ken, I see why they don't like you. Can I say something now, please?
no, hold on, John. Take
All
a
right.
look at the picture of the man up underneath you.
Right.
You have men like that get on here trying to force a woman into 50-50, trying to talk about women's value is not up to par. If they got baggage, you got men like Ken that get up here and talk about women's value and they look like how he look. This is the problem, okay? It's almost like satire. So It's not about 50-50. It's about having a partner. It's about partnership.
For sure,
because
I get
even
it.
if he makes significantly less than you and he's bringing that to the table and he's helping significantly with the child rearing, like Shan said, and he's helping around the house, he's taking those things off your plate, you're able to take care of yourself, you're able to take care of him. We don't care.
That's a
But
lie.
it's when you
That's a lie.
talk like Ken. Wait, it's when you talk like Ken and look like Ken, and you talk like this nigga in this box and look like him, and you come online with that rhetoric. That's when we
When
clown
you broke, you can't be that and be broke. Like, that shit is crazy.
Wait. Can I say
That
something
be the
now,
shit
though?
that rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like,
say
damn.
something now,
She
Go ahead,
lying
go
her
ahead,
ass
John.
off. She lying.
Hold on. Let John go real quick, and I got to read some super chats and cash apps. Go
All
ahead,
right,
John.
I'm gonna dip after this. I gotta hit the gym. So I do believe in the 50-50 joint, even though I do make a lot of money. I do believe in the 50-50 joint. It's just, I feel like, especially like the older we are, there's a lot of guys who do believe that women should be cooking and cleaning and working and doing all that. I personally don't believe, like, I feel like if she not working in the world, I'm not working in the house, right? But if we both working in the world, we both paying bills.
Wait, what? Say that again.
Listen, if I got to pay the mortgage, both the car notes, all the car insurance, phone bill, light bill, food, shopping, Sunday outfits, all that.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. The domestic labor, 90% of it ain't gonna have to do nothing with me. But for me,
hold on,
Okay,
John. Hold on. I got it. This is crazy. Hold on. So you go to work. I ain't saying you right now. I'm just saying in theory, generally speaking,
right?
That person is still only working 8-10 hours a day on average, right? Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So you working anywhere between 40 to 50 hours a week. Okay.
Yeah.
The woman, how many hours a day do you think the woman is working?
Definitely less than that. Listen, let me.
My God.
Okay, I'm gonna go on and let me explain myself.
Okay.
Can I explain myself?
Okay.
During the Rona time, I don't know what we can say on the live, but y'all know I'm talking about shutdowns.
Yeah.
I was full-time employed, but I only had to work for 2 hours a day, right? So I was getting my whole pay. So essentially, I was a stay-at-home dad. My wife was the one she still had to go to work. They didn't shut her job down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was a stay-at-home dad for two, count them, two, like 6-month-olds for almost a year. And I no jokes. That was the greatest year of my life. And when I say I did 90% of the child rearing, 100% of the cooking, 100% of the housework and stuff like that, maybe I'm different than a lot of y'all. I truly enjoyed that. I have 3 children. I truly enjoy raising my kids. Like, I'm the one that give them baths every night. I'm the one that still put them to sleep every night. I'm the one that do all that. So I know it might be different from a lot of guys.
Yeah.
How a lot of guys live, but I truly enjoy being a father. You know what I'm saying? And my wife don't got to clean up after me, cook for me, do all this for me. I still do the massive majority of that. And I'm still the massive breadwinner in my house. My wife's job is really for us to be insured.
So you like doing women's work then? That's all you had to say.
Kenneth, bro, I came on here to defend you, but I see why they don't like you, bro.
You can't defend Kenneth, man. He's incorrigible.
Right, you can come up here to
So you
defend
think taking
Kenneth.
care of your kids is a woman's work?
I mean, all that stuff you was saying, babe.
And these are the
That is
type of
taking care of your
people. These are the
children,
type of people. These are the type of people that think like Kenneth are the same people who are talking about women going 50-50
All right,
with
my
them.
bad.
These are the same people.
Did you pull your titty out and breastfeed too? Did you pull your titty out?
Nah, man, I was shaking up formula.
See? Don't listen. Hey, look. This will be a lesson for you, John.
I'm joking.
Do not defend men. Don't do that. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, man, I scroll in the lives. I listen to a motherfucker talk for 30 minutes.
Hey, man, I just start jumping off in the lives. I ain't never listened to nobody live. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got the attention span. But
I have one question for you, John, before you leave, though.
All right.
You said you believe in the 50-50 thing. Do you believe in that if your wife makes significantly less money than you?
If she obviously not, it would still be.
Why not?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
No. So say I make 100. Say I make 100K. She make 40K. Obviously, we're not splitting them straight down the middle. But if I do need help financially in that situation, then obviously I'm gonna expect her to pitch in. Like,
she's not, bro. She's not gonna pitch in at all.
You not talking about my wife.
I
Kenneth,
really
you're not
want
talking
to
about my
understand
wife.
where Kenneth
Kenneth
is
don't
leading
know
these
shit.
random
Don't listen to
women
Kenneth.
who don't make money and just leech off of men. Like, I have never in all of my life met these women that you keep fictitiously bringing up. Please bring them to
Well,
the
because
table.
it's a small
They
percentage.
got 5 on King and 5 on Tyrone Biggins.
Hey, listen, I don't even want her to pitch in because that would show my weakness. I don't even want her to pitch in.
Ken said he allergic to washing
Every time you
dishes.
come up on this panel, be so for real. Play with somebody.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've never asked a woman for money like that. Like, hey, can I have? But I feel like if we choose our house together, or if we choose our apartment together,
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. You did ask her. Yes, you did. Stop lying. First, you done sat up here and lied to us about how effortlessly you took care of 6-month-olds when we have mothers on the fucking panel, so we know that's a lie. Okay? Then you sat up here like, ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no damn way. And then you sat up here and tried to sit up here. Don't put nothing on your kids. That's how we know you're a lie. Don't put nothing on your.
And you can go to
don't
my
put nothing on your children.
And you can see about 300 snippets of that year.
Don't put nothing. Don't put nothing on your kids.
Hold on, wait.
Don't put nothing on your kids. That's number one. Number two, I've had enough conversations. I've had enough conversations with dads who. Let me say this. I've had enough. John. Let me finish my statement.
It don't matter.
I as a mother raising my babies when they were young found it enjoyable. I also found it hard as fuck. Okay, two things can happen simultaneously at once. Not only that, but I happen to be friends. I happen to be friends with tons of dads who were hands-on freaking fathers, and we all agree, although rewarding, it was hard. Same thing like when people who are welders, they enjoy welding, but they admit it's hard. People who work on oil rigs, they enjoy working on an oil rig, but they admit that it is hard work. right? So it is rewarding. It
insane.
is enjoyable to spend time with your kids, but it is hard work, especially once they get up in them toddlers and forward. It
Hey,
is hard work.
Yeah, no,
you
no,
It
no, no.
is
I
My
time
can
kids are
consuming,
my
and
kids
it
are
is
4
not
now, and
something,
my youngest daughter is
and
1.
it is not,
It's a lot
and it
harder
is
now than
not
it was when they
something.
were 6 months
hey,
old.
there's too many people talking. I got it. Go ahead, John. I need to do one at a time. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Who?
Go ahead.
Who talking?
No, you go ahead,
Jackie
John.
was
Finish.
talking and you kept interrupting
Yeah,
her.
I thought she.
He literally kept
I can't let
interrupting
you.
I
I
me.
didn't know.
can't
I
let
didn't know
you. I
Jackie was
can't
done
let
with
you
her
break
point.
down 4 different things I said and call them all lies without saying, "Whoa,
No, I
stop
didn't. I
calling me a
said that.
liar."
No, no, no. I said what I said, and I stand on what I said. Okay,
How you gonna
because
tell me about
honestly,
my personal life?
I stand on what I said. I stand
I,
on what I said.
You stand
Okay.
on what you said
Sometimes,
factually about my life.
sometimes, right? Sometimes folk just be cat, and that's okay,
I
right?
think. I think
Sometimes folk be
John.
a cat, and that's just okay.
John, I think why a lot of us will push back hard on that, especially being parents.
Right.
All of us up here, I think are I think everybody up, yeah, we're all parents, right? So I know I saw like I did that, right? So I went through that. I'm gonna tell you real quick, my little whatever. There was a time when my wife stayed at home and she took care of the kids and she didn't work, right? And I worked, not the only person that worked. My wife told me, because I went to work 8-10 hours a day, and I would come home, and I was like, y'all, I was on that like 90% of this shit, you got it, because you at home all day. I gotta go to work. And
Okay.
my wife was like, yo, that's not how it works. I never get a break. I'm always with these fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? It's 24/7. I don't get time off. The babies is always with me. The babies is always underneath me. I always gotta cook. I'm always thinking about the next thing they need. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about the shit for that. Like I never get a break. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I couldn't argue with that. She was right. She wasn't trying to manipulate me. She wanted me to help out more. So I had to start helping out more. It wasn't no 90-10 no more. It was 70-30. It was 65-35. Okay, cool. But in reality, I would say this. Even if you go to work and you come home, I would have told, if I could go back to my younger self 12, 13 years ago when I was in my early 30s and tell myself, I would tell myself this. You need to be going 50-50 at home. I don't give a fuck what you doing outside the house. I don't care if you paying for half everything, because no matter what, when my wife went back to work, my workload didn't increase. I still kept working the same amount. It wasn't like when she started working and it's like, oh, now I can only work 4 hours a day. No, I still had to work the same amount of time. I had the same fucking job. I made the same money. So I'm not understanding where's the logic, because women sign up sometimes, most of the time, right, to be in these situations, and then men just start taking advantage of them. Like, oh yeah, well, since I got to go to work, we instantly go to financial abuse. Like that's our default.
Correct.
Well, no, Well, when I in my situation, in the situation that I was explaining, she was still working full time. So was I. It was during the shutdowns. So it wasn't financial abuse. We was really doing 50-50 on bills. I was doing the massive majority of the housework and the child rearing. And when I say that was the greatest time of my life, because I don't know, like, I'm not some computer programmer. I own a biohazard cleaning company and I work for my dad's cleaning company. When I go to work, I come home exhausted.
Yeah.
So when I say that being a stay-at-home dad during that time where I only had to really work 2-3 hours a day, come home all day and chill with my babies, when I say that I would much rather do that than work, I'm not lying. I don't know where y'all are picking up that's a lie. That's crazy work. That's not what she's saying. I would much rather that.
What she's saying is that to say that it's easy, that you had it easy, like it was simplistic. So, and you know what? In the spirits of not trying to like quench whatever you're saying your experience was, as a mother who had like complications with her pregnancy, had the single mother alone, was breastfeeding, had to go back to work full time, was in school at the same time. The hardships as a mother is totally different than a father in 90% of cases. Okay, I'm
not taking away from that. I'm telling you how it was for me.
I don't want to argue with you, just because I don't really want to argue with you. Okay,
right?
I'm gonna let you have it. But in the spirit of honesty and generalization, I'm telling you, that's why she said what she said.
It might be hard, but it's not that hard. Don't cap.
Ken, you never did it. You can't talk on some shit you never did, bro.
Everything that he was talking about was women's work, so you need to shut up I thought you was Mr. Man on like shush, quiet down.
After a while, it
You're
gets
part of the
routine.
conversation,
I
right?
said, shut up, Kenneth.
How you know?
Dang.
How you know? Like, but John, I think the takeaway isn't that I wasn't saying that in your situation it was whatever. Your situation was different than the majority of the situation that the majority of the situation we're talking about, right? So usually it's you're not working, you're not getting paid, or whoever, they stay at home, they take care of the kid, they take care of the house, and they do 90, like you said, 90% of that labor. And then the guy and the man or the woman or whatever who's outside, they do the majority of the labor outside the home. And I'm saying, what the fuck is the difference? Why do you
and
hold on, Jazz, real quick. Why do you take care of the kids, right? That's right. Not you, I'm saying whoever, you or her. The kids is your job.
Yeah.
In this particular case, the kids is your actual job right now, right? Cool. Gotcha. The cleaning the house and shit, that's both of y'all jobs. And then you got your job outside the home. So when you come home, the rest of the shit, you know what I'm saying? And when I say taking care of the kids, I'm saying like doing the majority of the labor mentally too, like ordering stuff, shopping, you know what I mean? Like for the kids, I'm saying, like not actually like bathing the kids and holding the kid. Like you definitely should still be doing all of that shit. No doubt about it. The problem is the majority of the time, men, when we make money outside of the house, because I want to say it's in our epigenetics now. I won't say it's natural, but we have been conditioned to think that we don't have to contribute at home. That's the problem. So when we come home, we go, I did 100% of the labor outside the house. You do 100% of the labor inside of the house. And that's a raw deal for women or for anybody that's doing that.
No. You say it's well, so first of all, I don't want to keep forgetting stuff. First of all, everybody's experience with life and parenthood, it's not a struggle. Some people got money and have had money and was raised in two-parent households and got parents who support them, graduated high school, went to college, graduated college, got out of college, made good money. So especially for me and having kids, like the first 6 months of my kids' lives, I lived in my parents' big-ass house. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm talking about so much support. Then boom, we move out. Then boom, I was on that year.
Wait. So when your kids, when did you start watching your kids? When you was at your parents' house or when you lived in your own spot?
The first, that's why I said when my kids were 6 months. The first, I have a whole like breakdown of this thing. So the first 6 months of my life, we had full blown help. Mm-hmm. Neither one of us had to work and do all this. So, and that's a lot of times where I realized I'm not relating to a lot of people because the other lady, I don't know which one of them was talking, but she was like, I was a single mom, I was recovering, I was doing this and that. When I say I enjoyed myself, I had money. I lived intentionally. Everything in my life, there was no financial stress. There was no nothing. And when I tell you, I would get home, take a shower, get my babies and have them until the end of the day. I'm talking about the whole time. If I could go relive that year over and over and over, I would never stop. So when y'all talk about
that too, John, and it was still hard. Just real quick, Nee.
Yeah.
I had all that too. I had everything you just named. I had all of that too. And it was still hard. That's the only thing people are pushing back on.
Like a vacation.
Nobody is saying that just because you enjoyed that. Can I finish? Just because you enjoyed that over your job doesn't mean it wasn't hard. And if it wasn't hard for you, cool. But other people are pushing back on the fact that, yeah, it's very enjoyable. It's very rewarding.
Talking about other
you might
people.
prefer to do that over your. You might prefer to do that over your job. That doesn't make it.
You weren't though, John.
Difficult.
But you don't have anything to compare it to. A lot of times,
John,
when we talk about a man providing and him feeling like he doesn't have to do anything, and a woman being at home and taking care of the kids, and that man says, I don't feel like I should have to do anything at home. And she says, I don't feel like I should have to pay any bills. This man is comparing being a stay-at-home dad to being out in the world and having the stress of paying all the bills.
Let me ask you a question.
Something totally different. Listen to what I'm saying. So when I say I would much rather be the stay-at-home mom, and I have been on both sides of the aisle, and that stay-at-home mom shit is sweet. When I say that's sweet, you need to believe it because I want to ask you a question.
Can I
done it too, and I'm disagreeing with you.
I got to ask one question. Max. I got to ask one question to you, John. Do you think that for most people, being a stay-at-home parent is hard?
For sure.
Okay, then why bring up your own? Why censor yourself in a conversation about people in general?
Would you rather be a stay-at-home parent or a full-time worker providing for your wife and kids?
Yeah. Say that again. I missed it. What'd you say?
Would you rather be the provider or the stay-at-home parent? I feel like if
I would rather work a job. I would rather work a job and get. And I'm saying this in this regard. I would rather go out, work a job, and not have to do 80% of the labor inside the home. I would take working a job outside the home than to stay at home and do 80% of the labor inside the home. So any day of the fucking week.
So can I first of all acknowledge that one, you were not the full provider, John. You admitted during the time that you spent your time as a stay-at-home dad that you worked your 2-3 hours and then you took the kids, and your wife went out and she worked and y'all were splitting the bills. I also would go as far as to gather that when she came home, she actually did engage and assist and help you with the children. Okay. I don't think that she just came home and lift them kids on you, kicked up her feet, and fucking watched reality TV, Real Housewives of Atlanta.
She got home at 10 o'clock.
So you mean to tell me your wife was working 18-hour days, sir?
No, really? I mean to tell you my wife went in at noon. I got home by noon.
Okay, so in the morning, before whatever times that she was home, she was interacting and engaging with those children, right? And also from the space, right, of being a stay-at-home mom for a period of time. I was a stay-at-home mom even after my divorce, and I was a single mom because I managed to provide from home and be a stay-at-home mom at the same time. And when I was married, I was a stay-at-home mom and then moved into being the provider when my ex-husband got laid off. So I have literally done all of these different things. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I've done it. He's done it.
Why y'all keep talking about
his stuff? We both say that we would much rather go to work. That is a fact. And I'm saying it from the point of literally not that it is not enjoyable. It is enjoyable, right? It is enjoyable. I literally am a former educator. So I done sat in a classroom with 35 kids. So it is enjoyable. But what I will not say is that it is easy. It's not. The way that you have to be paying attention, the way you have to make sure you're on top of stuff, the way you have to interact, engage. They have meltdowns because we overlook that children are human beings. They have meltdowns. They cry. They get sick. All kinds of things, which can be frustrating with their own emotionality and temperament. Like there's a lot that goes into a child. It is not just child's play. And one thing I've observed as a person, because I work in human services as well with DSS, and we're talking about where CPS takes the kids, we have given kids to fathers. And I'm telling you, every single one of them came and was like, yo, I love it. I love being a dad, but this shit is hard.
We know, man. I think the disconnect is I think the bigger point is it's okay, John, if you feel like it was easy for you, that's fine. I'm not going to take that away from you. I just think that where we started was we were having a conversation about child rearing and 50-50 and all of that in general. And then you interjected yourself. You injected your own specific perspective, like, oh, yeah, this is what it was for me. And then you said it was easy, which was like a slight, to be honest with you. And that's how we got here. So it's
that's not how we got here.
That is how we got here. I'm telling you that's how we got here.
I said,
John,
how do y'all 100%,
feel about that's how we got here. Yep. That's 100% how we got here. You said when we started talking, you started talking about if I'm doing 100% of the labor outside the home, she doing 90% of the labor inside the home. That's how we got here. I'm telling you, I know, trust me, I do this every day.
I asked y'all how y'all felt about 50-50. Then the lady said, are you looking for an answer? Or are you looking for something? Yeah. That's how we got here.
I know. And she told, I'm fast forwarding to the part where this is how we got on the disagreement was
for sure. But here's where the disconnect comes with men and women, with men who side with me and women who side with you. I said I feel like it's easier to be a stay-at-home parent than it is to go out into the world. And and me personally, I would rather be a stay-at-home parent and take care of the house than pay all the bills.
Who has more? Hold on. To the men? I'll ask Mark. Who has more experience taking care of the kids as a group, men or women?
But we live in a new
Hold on, wait,
time
Mark.
now.
Hold on. I really want these questions I need them to be concise, right? So,
It is
so
2024.
men or women, who takes care of the
Generalizations.
kids? Who takes care of the kids more, generally speaking?
I'm a
Men or
single
women?
dad.
Well,
So,
Okay, that's not. It's
obviously
not.
women.
Obviously,
Thank
women.
you.
KD can answer
No.
the question, right? Okay,
No.
cool. So, Mark,
I would
it's
say
not
women
about-
generally have
women
better.
generally take care of the kids more. Okay, cool. Who also who works? Do men and women relatively work about the same amount of time? Like, are there just as many women employed in America versus men? About the same, right? Okay. So men, there is. So the vast majority of women are working, so they understand what it is to work, and they understand what it is to raise kids. Now, the vast majority of men aren't single dads. The vast majority of men aren't taxed, even when they're in a relationship with the women. They don't take care of the kids nearly as much. They're not as involved as the women nearly as much, and the women still work 70, 80, 90% of the fucking time. So when the men,
Wait,
hold
what
on.
It is generalization.
What does that
These
have to
Hey,
do with
stats
one?
exist.
Y'all let 'em
Hey,
finish.
I'm not done. So when men come up here and say it's easy, there is a reason why you guys are doing that. You guys are trying to minimize what women actually do. That's all you're doing.
We're
Oh,
just
it was
talking
easy
about
for me.
our
It was a
experience.
breeze.
Can I
That's
answer?
all you're trying to do.
Tell me when I can answer.
Go ahead. Go. I want Mark to answer.
Okay,
answer.
all
Yeah,
right.
let Mark
Nobody
answer. Go
trying to
ahead.
minimize anything. This coming from a black man that's a single dad. So I'm doing everything that quote unquote women do. So I don't give a fuck about that gender role shit. You can miss me with that.
Okay,
Men
well,
do the
stop
same thing
centering
women do.
yourself. Nobody's talking about
But
you.
what I'm seeing from the inside looking
Let
out
him
is
finish.
men doing more jobs now that the women's supposed to be doing within the house. That's
Like
what
what?
Sir, what are you
Can I answer
talking
now?
about?
Mark, you got a
Statistically
girlfriend?
speaking,
Wait, y'all.
we
I'm
are
about to drop the
talking
whole
in
thing.
general.
Mark, do you have a
My
girlfriend?
ADHD going
I'm a
crazy.
single
Hold on.
dad.
Do you have a
I don't
girlfriend?
need a
Hold on,
woman.
wait, y'all.
Mark,
Wait.
do you have a girlfriend?
I don't need a woman.
Okay.
A woman need me.
I want.
Oh boy, you sound like them hurt women saying that. That's crazy.
Exactly. My point.
Hold on, Mark. Hold on, man. I just want to know something. I'm trying to figure something out. Why do you think that your situation? Why do you think we want to hear about your situation specifically? Can you hold on? You mute. You got to unmute. I'm sorry. Unmute, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He
We hear you, Mark.
He
You gotta
letting you
unmute.
talk. That's what he doing. He letting you talk, so he didn't want to cut you off. That's what that
No.
was.
Somebody muted him.
He
Somebody muted him.
never answered the question. Does he have a
He
girlfriend?
doesn't have a girlfriend. He said he doesn't.
What
There
the
you go,
fuck?
Mark.
What the fuck do me having a girlfriend got to do with
It
anything?
doesn't. I just want to. I just
It
don't.
did have something
Okay,
to
go
do with it.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jazzy.
What
Finish.
about a boyfriend?
Do you have a partner?
What does that got to do with anything?
I want to understand if you have a partner or not. That's
It
it.
is.
I'm
It is
a
important.
single dad.
It is important.
What that
No,
got to do with
do
anything?
you have a partner?
That don't got nothing to do with what we talking about.
Yeah, he does have a partner. There we
No,
go.
he
does.
doesn't,
So
Jackie. He said he doesn't. He said he don't need a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. No, I think he was being facetious when he said that, though.
I was
That's
just
why.
about to
He
say
said,
that.
I
think
don't
he
need
being
a woman. A
facetious.
woman needs me. Then he
Oh.
said, what does that have to do with anything? He never said straight yes or no. He kept saying, I'm a single dad. You could be a single dad, but still have a partner.
Yeah. So you don't have a partner.
I'm trying to see where the fuck we going with this.
Okay. So obviously you have a
He
partner.
does. He has
He
a partner.
does. And you know why. That's why you don't want to answer the question, because you know
So what if I had a boyfriend in a relationship? Now is it a general?
That's why I said a partner. I said,
partner,
do
no
you
matter
have a
boyfriend or
partner? I
girlfriend.
removed gender. I removed
Let's say
gender.
I got a
Do you have
boyfriend
a
now.
partner? I removed gender. Do you have a partner?
You have somebody helping you.
Do you
I
have a
don't have
partner?
nobody helping me. Nobody. Single dad doing this by himself. No help from
Okay.
myself.
Okay. It sounds like you bitter though.
You sound like a strong, independent black woman.
He bitter as hell. He bitter. He's mad.
Independent
He's
black
mad.
woman on child support.
Yeah.
We know, man.
He said he's
Child
mad.
support,
He
Mark.
came in here a strong, independent
You
black
did
woman
not
that don't
deserve
need no
that.
help.
Black
The
man.
crazy
Yeah,
part about
yeah.
that
Being a
is
single
he
parent do make you aggressive, Mark. It do.
just about
It
to say
do.
that he's
Am I trying to
reinforces
anything
that
that
it's
women
hard.
did?
It do.
My part for a
It
second,
do.
real quick.
Exactly, KD.
This is why I can't have 8 people up here. This is too much for me.
Can I say one thing before I go, please?
Go ahead. This is bad. This is bad shit. I don't like this at all. Go ahead. It's
Crazy.
fun. I don't like
I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to remember from where you asked Mark. You say the guys are trying to minimize what the women are saying.
it. Absolutely.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. When a man who provides and make good money hears a woman say, oh, this life you're like the whole life is being provided for her. And then the reason why men like me or Mark will come on here and say, well, I'd rather be a stay-at-home mom is because we first feel as if our efforts are being minimized. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's truly what it is. I'm just being honest with you. What?
How are your efforts being minimized?
Because and let me finish because I gotta go, y'all. We chopping. Because if you say, okay, you provide this beautiful life for me, but I need you to know something. What I'm doing is harder than what you provided for me. That's crazy work.
Who says that?
If a mom is at home being provided for, I know that's not everybody's situation. But if someone's at home, if someone's a stay-at-home mom being provided for, and she's saying, well, when you get home, you need to switch and help with all X, Y, and Z and da-da-da. And he's saying, I provide this beautiful life.
That's not the response, John. That's not the response you're supposed to give. And if she's saying I need help and your response is I provide this beautiful life for you.
That's not what I'm saying. Wait, stop. I'm saying if it's minimized first. If somebody comes out and says being a stay-at-home mom is harder than being a provider, the provider got minimized first, and I think that's what's being missed.
They're not getting minimized.
So if I come on here and I say, hey, being a stay-at-home mom is easier than providing, and you go, why are you trying to minimize them? My answer is you're right, and that's why.
John, first of all, you get paid. You don't need somebody to validate your whatever you do because you get a fucking paycheck when you go to work, right? When you get done.
You absolutely do need somebody to validate it.
You don't.
Do you go spend money for no reason for fun?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Would you buy a Toyota for $100,000?
Wait. Listen to what I'm saying. You get validated every 1st and 15th. That's your validation. You get a paycheck. You literally get paid for services rendered. Hold on, wait.
That is not your validation for the things you provide for a family.
What more do you need? That you're validated. You get money for it.
Absolutely. You can't define that. You can't define that.
Sir, I'm sorry to tell you this. A paycheck is validation. It's literally.
No, it's not.
So I think the word he may be looking for,
99% of people, a paycheck is validation.
The word he's looking for is appreciation. He's not looking for validation.
Yeah.
That little bit of appreciation.
I want to. Hold on, wait. I got you, but I want to finish this real quick. So you get paid, so you get validated. Then you go home and you never validate the woman because
what do you mean? I'm paying the bills. That's her validation.
That's not her validation because you would pay the bills anyway.
That's a double standard, John.
It's not a double standard. Let me explain to you what I mean. There's some guys who are piss poor providers, right? My wife can call me and say, Jonathan, I need X, Y, and Z in the account. She know I'm not gonna say why. I'm gonna say I transferred it. Boom, right? She went on a shopping spree today for the kids' clothes. She gonna know, hey, I need X, Y, Z. I got it. I transferred it. Whatever.
That's bare minimum, though, John.
What?
That's bare minimum.
Do you know how many women watching right now can't message nobody and ask them for $500?
Time out. In real time, y'all.
That is absolutely not the bare minimum. And I will not let y'all disrespect me.
John, time out. This is what y'all like to do. Y'all like to point out how terrible other men are to bolster what you do.
Absolutely not.
What you doing is just regular shit. I would never brag about the things that I've done for my wife financially or John, listen to what I'm saying. I would never brag about. I would never bring up. I would never act like the things that I've done for my wife financially or emotionally was like above and beyond because they weren't. Providing for your kid. Are you a provider or not? Yeah, then buy them fucking babies clothes. Why would your wife ever need to beg you for money?
Hear me out.
That's bare minimum shit.
If all this guy over here can afford is a Toyota for his wife, and I can get my wife
a money. You just make more money, John.
G-Wagon. I'm gonna brag about getting my wife a 2038 G-Wagon.
If you can afford it, then why? Like, that's weird. That's classism. That they got nothing to do with.
Well, I don't care about all these isms and itises. I don't care about that.
I would think that every dad is expected to buy clothes for their.
Time out.
Every dad is expected to buy clothes for their kids.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about regular bare minimum provision. I'm talking about when you're the type of man who you make such good money, your wife can say, hey,
your
I want to
kids
go
an
get
extra
X, Y,
couple hundred of clothes.
it's whatever. That is to be appreciated more than just I paid the rent, so you need to do. I did this, so you need to.
But what if that's all? But wait, John. What if that's all you can pay is the rent?
I get it. I've been in that situation before. Don't
so my
get
point
me wrong.
Is, wait, but John, so my point isn't. So the point can't be, well, since I make more money, then I have gone above and beyond. No, you haven't. Above and beyond is based on the resources you have, right? Right?
Yeah.
So listen to what I'm saying. If your expectations and your resources say, I can only pay for the rent, the car, the necessities, but somehow, some way, you figure out to create some extra money, right? So that they can go on a shopping spree, you have gone above and beyond your means. But if you make this much money where they can go on a shopping spree, then you haven't gone above and beyond. So why the fuck would I give you props for
this is
for
exactly
doing some
what
shit
I mean
that you
when
can
I
just
say
do?
men
Like,
are
what the
being
fuck
minimized.
is that?
This is
That
exactly
don't
what I
make
mean
sense.
when I say men are being minimized in the traditional sense. In the traditional sense, a woman wants a man who's a provider, correct? A protector, provider, all that good jazz, right?
No, that's what y'all say women want, but
No,
you can
no,
ask them.
no.
Ask
I
them,
have
they're up
heard
here.
plenty of, okay,
Ask
how
them.
many women want a man they gotta provide
John,
for?
ask
Speak
them.
up.
Ask
How
them.
many
They're
women
right
want a
here.
man they gotta provide for? Speak
Ask
up.
them.
Speak up. Y'all wanna
Go
pay
ahead, Kay.
y'all wanna pay a man bills?
Go ahead, Kay. That's not the question, but go ahead, Kay.
Thank you, because I've been raising my hand for a while. So I think the issue is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, John,
Okay.
what public is saying and what a lot of women are saying is, just like we don't get a cookie for being a quote good mom because there are terrible moms out there, you don't get a cookie for being a provider because there are men who don't do shit for their kids. If you have to compare yourself to the worst of the worst to get a cookie,
Yeah.
that's nasty. That's kind of nasty work, because it's like you're comparing yourself to serial killer Bob to say I'm a good man because Bob is a serial killer. Okay.
True. And I think you misunderstand me. For example, let's make a real life example.
25 on John.
I was talking to a few guys the other day, and I was like, y'all, this X, Y, and Z can't touch the cookies that my wife makes. She does get a cookie because her cookies taste better than the average cookies. If a man is a regular man, and I'm not knocking regular guys, and he puts you in a normal house with a normal car and a normal life, right? You are allowed to compare yourself to that and say, man, I put my wife in a 6-bed, 5-bath with a pool in the back, and I got her a G-Wagon just to push around so she could pick up some Starbucks.
But why are you
You
shitting on other men though? I thought that's what y'all
I'm not
are
shitting
against.
on other men. That's not what I'm saying.
What about- hold on.
Y'all are going off the rails every
Wait,
time I say
hold
that.
on.
What else
What
are you
about
doing?
that makes you feel better about yourself because you can stunt on the fact that the regular degular guy can only provide this?
You're missing. You're missing. I'm not stunting on a regular degular guy. I'm stunting on a level of provision that I could give my
Well,
wife.
you said 35?
Mhm.
Huh?
I got one thing
I'm
before
stunt-
you go, John. Hold on, John, because I want to help you as your sister in Christ. Instead of the Carmex, use Aquaphor for your lips. That's gonna make that's gonna make a difference.
Come on,
Aquaphor. Get you some. I'm not even playing, John. Get you,
Vaseline.
no. Get Aquaphor. I
That's
Doing
what
all
John-
about
mouth.
the Carmex. Say sorry.
As an
Sorry about the
esthetician,
Carmex,
I approve
but
that
you
get
message.
Aquaphor,
I
baby.
forgive you.
I promise you, it's gonna make a difference. Okay.
Vaseline
good.
dry your shits out, man.
I'll be
That's
all
what I
right.
heard.
I'm gonna go work out. I ain't trying to look cute. I'm married. Didn't you tell somebody that the other day?
Who, me?
Hey, you. I heard you.
Oh, I tell niggas that all the time.
I'll be all right. I ain't on here to impress y'all. I swear to God.
No, I promise you. I ain't trying to be funny. But I see you keep applying it, and I'm telling you,
about looks,
I
Aquaphor.
applied it one time. The rest of the time, I was
All right,
just my lip.
let's watch the personals, man. I don't, that shit, that always
Yo,
derails.
we ain't gonna do the personals because then y'all gonna get mad at me.
I don't want to do that. We
I
can
know,
keep it.
I
We
know,
keep it
I know.
professional. I like it.
So now
but
that it's
yeah.
quiet, can I interject for a quick second?
Go ahead, Katie.
I think a lot of this is
Since we're getting
I think a lot of this is due to the way that society has programmed men and attached us to our ability to provide, and only our ego is attached to our ability to provide, and the emotional part, the intellect part that is needed in the household is not as respected or as expected from us. So what John was saying is I think he's not realizing how much he feels as a man because of the level of lifestyle he's able to provide for his kids. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. It does feel good, but it's more so egotistical. And I think a lot of this is due to the lack of being able, not realizing that we're supposed to be a service to each other. Help her, she helps you. And I think a lot of this is like, I do this and I can.
Because men's whole idea of a relationship is transactional. It's like I work, You give me sex when I want to. You cook and clean. I'll buy you a bag. It's always like that. It's not. It's no.
A lot of them,
It's no
unfortunately,
human.
yes,
It's
I
no
get what you're
humanity in
saying.
that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You take your ego out of it and really
Women
say
are
like,
way worse at that. I hate
I ain't
that.
saying that they ain't. I'm not saying that they not. I kind of
They
slightly
aren't.
agree with that.
Wait. Time out. How?
Time out.
And not in the same parameters, but they definitely expect you to. They leverage their body in the sense of
y'all say the most wild shit,
hear me out.
bro.
Hear me out.
Women
Hear me
don't
out.
leverage their
If
bodies.
every
Hold on.
man started saying I'm not, and I don't know, and please don't be mad at me for saying this. I don't know what kind of guys that a lot of women in here have been dating, but if every man, in my personal opinion, if every man starts saying I'm not dating a woman that makes less money than me, there would just simply be a lot less.
And they would be perfectly okay with that. Trust me.
And that's what I tell young men to do.
They don't give a
when
fuck.
these guys start talking about I don't want a woman that earns as much as me, I'll be like, y'all better start caring about their earning potential, because that's how y'all get messed up financially. We ain't gonna talk about that. Y'all believe 50-50.
But John, the average man, hold on, John. The average man makes more money than the average woman. So if the average man just wants the average woman, more than likely he's going to make more money than her. Also, if the average woman wants the average man, more than likely she's going to make less money than him. So
for sure, but you're off of what I'm saying. I'm telling men, like, if we had the same standards as women, just strictly monetarily, like I make 50,000, you need to make 50,000. I would have no problem with that, because I tell young men all the time, that's how y'all get messed up. Y'all try to like flex in this woman's face, leading with your dollars, and that's just not the way. That's just not the way to go, right? But if men start having the same standards as women in terms of getting into a relationship, then there would be a lot less relationships.
Okay.
You gotta know that.
Let me flip that around. If you talked about the money, that's one thing. Like I said, the average man and the average woman make the same amount. The average man makes more money. But let's flip it around. If the average woman expected the same treatment that she gives the man in a relationship, if she expected that from the man, there would be fuck the money. There'll be way more relationships with the money. You'll be able to find way more relationships.
How many women would approach a man because he's attractive in public? Not very many. Not very many women.
Wait, that's irrelevant.
You talking about treatment. You got to approach her. You got to set up a date. You got to pick her up. You got to take her on a date. You got to be nice, make small talk, be interested in all that. Let's not act like women don't have top tier standards.
But that's not what I'm talking about, John.
You talking about treatment.
Listen to what I'm saying. Women want men to be honest. They want men to not lie to them, not run game on them, not be abusive, not neglect. Hold on, y'all. Wait. Stop. Calm down. I'm gonna let y'all go.
Women got so mad,
They don't want.
How many women want a broke man?
Who wants a broke? Nobody wants a broke woman either. What the fuck is that?
Nobody wants.
Y'all always wait. This shit is like this, sir. Saying that you don't want a broke man is fucking acid. Who gives a fuck? That don't mean nothing. You're not proving anything about women. Doing this don't do nothing. That's stupid as fuck. Yes, women don't want a broke man.
Stupid as fuck.
Huh?
Mark Anthony, calm the fuck down.
Don't stop.
They paid to drop you. John, you can come back, man. You gotta pay. You gotta go anyway. But
you gotta take a little bit of bass out your chest, man.
I think. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait.
Mark Anthony is a single dad, y'all. He is stressed the fuck out. Leave him.
Hey, they got you, John. It wasn't me.
Hey, yo, my nigga is at his wits end. He can't say nothing calmly.
I want to land this plane real quick though. Saying that women don't want broke men doesn't mean anything. That doesn't make them gold diggers. Doesn't mean they're asking something unfair. Hold on. That doesn't mean that they're asking something unfair of the man that the man can't provide. Once again, I like to use this language because I think it's important. Women want an economically viable man. Sounds fair to me, right? Just a man that could provide for himself. Fuck her. Provide for himself. She wants a man that he got his own place. He got his own car. He got his own insurance. Okay. He got some money in the bank, right? Normal shit that she has, not shit that she wants, shit that she has. She like, I want him to match me here, right? Most women want that from a man. Fine. That's nothing new. But the shit that men be asking of women is fucking crazy. And it ain't even that. It ain't even so much like Shan already talked about. Men want Men want a woman to go 50-50 outside the home and then go 80-20, 90-10 inside the home. That's wild. Men want women to not cheat on them, not disrespect them, be nice, be kind, be soft, be his peace. Whole time he a goddamn terrorist to her. He don't pay attention to her. He ignores her. He don't value her. He devalues everything he does. She does. He says stupid shit like, "Oh, it's easy to raise kids on your own. See, your job is easy. Try doing my job." That be the shit that women be tired. They don't want to fucking hear that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the disconnect. And then men try to act like if a woman has any expectations, then she is a gold digger. See, she's harder on men than women are. Like, get your bro, stop. Put your big boy pants on. Grow the fuck up. Women wanting you to not abuse them emotionally or physically or financially or respect them and be kind to them and not fucking.
What about the men that go through that shit?
That's not.
Hey, so hold on. Look,
what'd you say, Mark? Hold on. What'd you say?
What about the men that go through that shit that are the providers? What about the men?
What percentage of men are providers that go through that, Mark?
My woman gonna have to go 50-50 with me next, because I'll be damned if you be at the house cheating on me.
But Mark, hold on. I gotta be something. They put 15 on Mark here total. But Mark, I gotta tell you something, brother. The thing about your demeanor is, to us, you sound very abusive. And I'm not talking about physically. I don't know if you hit no. I'm not saying hit no.
I'm far from abusive.
That's what I'm saying.
Too nice.
Okay. But the way you talk is the way you talk, your tone, everything about you screams abusive.
It's giving hurt, if I'm being honest. It's giving done wrong and hasn't done his healing. It's giving incapable of understanding the dualities of life and how you're not focusing on the generalizations that most women go through. Because, Mark, I understand you're hurting, Pooh, but that does not give you the right to sit up here and pretend like statistics aren't real because somebody hurt you. And so on behalf of that woman, I'm sorry, Pooh, okay? Now build a bridge, call a therapist, and move on.
Give me some
So I'll say this, right, bro?
Hold on, KD. And not for nothing, and I want to point this out to Pub when he put them headphones back on real quick, Pub. Okay. John was also, I just find it funny how John was also caught in 4K on his video talking about young girls who dress provocatively and be trying to date older men know what they be doing. I just wanted to throw that out there because that's the same fucking John.
That's a weird take.
That is a very weird take.
Did he get dropped for somebody?
I didn't drop him. No, he dropped himself. I didn't drop him.
It's not that I believed what he was saying, but that's what he needed to hear. I'm going to give his narcissistic self what he needed. That's it. That's all I did. I don't have to go down that road with you. That's all he was looking for was validation of his BS. So, okay, here you go.
I got to read these super chats, man. I got a grip of them in here. Just so y'all know, Mark is gone. John is gone. Just so everybody know. Let me get to these real quick. Ken's baby mama wanted motherhood and provider, not a husband. Them wedding photos would have been diabolical. Ken's lady should marry him and feed him. Oh yeah, we already did that one. Charnay said, also you guys are so mean. Yeah, we did that one. Being fat and ugly isn't interchangeable with good or nice guy. These are not character traits. That's facts. First, there's not a gaggle of highly attractive men, so women settle on average. So, so-called nice guys use coercion by way of being nice, quote unquote, while objectifying their dream girl